For next, we will learn about Select tool. First, I'll drag Select tool from the preparation toolbar and drop it on the canvas. And then I'll drag another Select tool again from the same place. And this time, right near the text input tool. And you see that the two data nodes are automatically connected by a line. This happens when you drop a tool nearby another tool that has output and input nodes. If it doesn't connect automatically like it did in the first case, you can click the green handle right next to the tool to connect it to the handle of the other tool. Let's take a closer look at the two connected green handles. As mentioned in earlier lecture, you can see the output node next to the input data tool and text input tool that sends out the data. And on the other side of the connected line, the select tool is accepting incoming data from the left. We call this node input node. And now that the two nodes are connected, let's hit run. In the bottom result pane, the designer shows you the results of the data processing as a default. And if you click the select tool, you can see the data output in a spreadsheet format, and you can see the data properties in the left configuration pane. In the configuration pane, you can see the first column lists out all the column headers of the data table. And there's a type column that distinguishes the type of data, such as string type and numeric types, integer, double, these are all numeric types. And there's also date type and Boolean, the logical type, and so on. Right next to it, there's a size column. And in the rename field, you can rename the column header as you like. For example, right now the first column is brand, but I'll rename it as brand 2. And you can also convert the type and size of the data as you like. Change it to VW string, and the size is humongous. So I'll just cut it down to 25. And I'll hit run. And as you can see, the column header is changed. And also, the type and size of this specific column has been changed. You can click it, click the metadata button, and compare the input and output. It's converted as you have specified. And back to the configuration pane, in the bottom, you can see there's a unknown record. This takes into account when data is imported from more than one source. For example, if you're importing from 2 different sources, and the first data's schema, the number of the column of the data that you're loaded first is 3, like you see, brand, model, and type. And then let's assume the next data schema includes more columns, say 4 or 5 columns. In such case, you would want to select this checkbox to tell the designer to bring those additional columns in addition to the original 3 columns. So if this unknown record is not selected, the additional columns will not be imported when they come in. This This is caused by the way Alteryx Designer processes data and bring data properties by leveraging the first data stream as it reads. About this unknown checkbox function, um, I will go into more detail in the future if I get to offer an advanced level course. So in this lesson, you learned about the select tool. Please follow the instructions at the bottom of the select box to connect the select tool to each of your input to complete the assignments.